The grand mansion of Ethan Cole, the youngest self-made billionaire in the city, gleamed like a palace under the afternoon sun. Marble floors, crystal chandeliers, and walls that whispered luxury. Yet despite all his riches, Ethan was a man burdened with suspicion. Years of betrayal and greed around him had made him cold and distrustful. His employees respected him, but everyone feared him. He was known for being ruthless in business and strict in discipline. No one dared to cross his path, until she came. Her name was Lily Hart, a shy, soft-spoken maid who had joined the household only 3 weeks earlier. She was barely 22, with innocent brown eyes that avoided attention and hands that trembled when she spoke. No one knew much about her background except that she came from a poor neighborhood and needed money for her mother's medical treatment. But something about her quiet nature caught Ethan's attention. Unlike the other staff who gossiped or sought favor, Lily never spoke unless spoken to. She did her job silently, dusting, arranging, cleaning, and always kept her distance. At first, Ethan ignored her. But soon, curiosity took root. He began noticing small details: how she handled his books carefully, how she left a single rose on his desk every morning, and how she sometimes stood outside his office when she thought he wasn't around, simply watching him with a strange softness in her eyes. One night, after a long meeting, Ethan overheard 2 of his senior maids whispering. "She's too quiet," one said. "I bet she's hiding something. Maybe she's trying to impress the boss," another chuckled. "She always cleans his room herself. No one else touches it." That sparked a thought in Ethan's sharp mind. He wanted to know, was Lily truly innocent? Or was she just another manipulative woman pretending to be humble? And so, he devised a plan. The next evening, Ethan returned home early. He told his staff he was exhausted and didn't want to be disturbed. Then, he went to his bedroom and lay on the bed, pretending to be asleep. His goal was simple: to see what the shy maid did when she thought he wasn't watching. He left the door slightly open, the curtains drawn, the light dim. Within minutes, he heard the soft creak of the door. Lily stepped inside quietly, carrying her cleaning supplies. Her shoes made no sound on the thick carpet. Ethan, with his eyes half closed, could see her faint reflection in the mirror. She moved carefully, dusting the shelves and straightening the books. Her every motion was gentle, as if afraid of breaking something. Then she approached his bed. Ethan's heart beat a little faster. He wondered if she would steal something, perhaps his watch or wallet from the nightstand. But instead, Lily did something completely unexpected. She stood by his bedside for a long moment, simply looking at him. Then, she softly brushed a lock of hair from his forehead, her touch trembling. "You work too hard, sir," she whispered under her breath. "You look so tired. I wish I could help you rest." Ethan froze. Her voice was filled with genuine concern, not flattery. Then, Lily did something even stranger. She placed a folded paper on his table. Her eyes glistened as she whispered again, "I know you'll never read this, but thank you for giving me this job. It's saving my mom's life." She turned away quickly, wiping her tears. Ethan's heart tightened. For the first time in years, someone had spoken about him not with fear, but with care. When Lily left the room, he sat up and grabbed the note. It was a small piece of paper, a thank you letter written in neat, shaky handwriting. She had written about how grateful she was for her salary, how she had been able to buy her mother's medicine, and how she prayed every night for his happiness, even though he never smiled. Ethan didn't sleep that night. Her words echoed in his mind again and again. The next day, he called for her. Lily entered his office nervously, her eyes downcast. "Did I do something wrong, sir?" she asked softly. Ethan studied her carefully. "Did you come to my room last night?" Her face turned pale. I did, sir. It was part of my cleaning routine. I didn't mean." He raised a hand, stopping her. "And you left a note?" Her lips trembled. "I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to intrude. Please don't fire me. I just wanted to say thank you. My mother is very sick, and this job means everything to us." For the first time, Ethan's cold expression softened. "You thought I was asleep," he said quietly. "Why did you say I looked tired?" She hesitated, her fingers twisting nervously. "Because you do, sir. You look like someone who carries too much pain but never lets anyone see it. I just wished someone would care for you, the way you care for everyone through your work." Ethan was speechless. He had built empires, won awards, and been admired by millions, yet no one had ever spoken to him with such pure honesty. He leaned back, studying her face. "Do you always speak this truthfully?" She nodded shyly. "It's the only way I know." He dismissed her gently but couldn't stop thinking about her words. Days turned into weeks, and Ethan began noticing Lily more often. She worked late, skipped lunch, and always smiled when others ignored her. One evening, he found her in the garden, crying quietly. "Lily," he said softly. She turned quickly, startled. "Sir, I didn't see you. What happened?" "My mother's condition is getting worse," she said in a trembling voice. "The doctor said she needs surgery, but I don't have enough money." Ethan looked at her, the same shy maid who had once thanked him in silence, and for the first time in years, something inside him broke. Without saying a word, he reached into his pocket and handed her an envelope. "Take this," he said simply. Her eyes widened. "No, sir, I can't." "You can," he interrupted. "And you will. Think of it as an advance on your salary." Tears rolled down her cheeks as she knelt to thank him, but he stopped her. "Never bow to me, Lily. You've shown me more humanity than anyone else in my life." Weeks later, when Lily's mother recovered, she returned to work glowing with gratitude. But something between her and Ethan had changed. The air around them was different, gentler, warmer. Ethan would sometimes join her in the kitchen, pretending to need water just to watch her hum while cleaning. Once, she found him fixing a broken vase instead of ordering someone else to do it. One night, as rain poured outside, the mansion lost power. Lily rushed to check the generator but slipped on the wet marble floor. Before she could fall, Ethan caught her in his arms. Their eyes met, close, uncertain, and filled with something unspoken. "You should be careful," he murmured. "Thank you, again," she whispered. He looked into her eyes, eyes that had once been filled with fear but now shone with trust. Slowly, he smiled, a genuine, rare smile. "You've changed me, Lily." Months passed. Lily continued to work, but Ethan began giving her lighter duties. He wanted her to study, to chase her dreams. One afternoon, he called her to his office again. "I have a proposal," he said. She blinked nervously. "A proposal?" He chuckled. "Not that kind, yet. I've arranged a scholarship in your name. You always wanted to study nursing, didn't you?" Her mouth fell open. "How did you? You once mentioned it in your letter," he said gently. "I read every word." Tears welled in her eyes. "I can't accept this, sir." "You can," he said. "Because you deserve it. You reminded me what kindness feels like. And I want you to never stop being the person you are." Time moved on, and Lily left the mansion to study. Ethan visited her occasionally, always pretending it was business, but the truth was clear. They had built something deeper than words. One day, after graduating, Lily returned to thank him. She found him in the same place, his office, surrounded by papers and silence. When she walked in wearing her nurse's uniform, Ethan looked up and froze, not because of her beauty, but because of the pride he felt. "You kept your promise," he said softly. "And you kept yours," she smiled. "You said I could make you smile again. Looks like I did." He laughed quietly. "Yes, you did, Miss Hart." She hesitated for a moment, then asked, "May I ask something?" "Of course. Why did you pretend to be asleep that night?" Ethan smiled faintly. "Because I wanted to know who you really were. But what I saw that night changed me forever. I saw someone pure in a world full of masks." Lily blushed. "And what do you see now?" He stepped closer, his eyes warm. "I see the woman I don't ever want to lose." The silence that followed was soft and meaningful. Outside, the sun dipped low, casting a golden glow across the room. The billionaire who once distrusted everyone now stood beside the shy maid who had taught him compassion. Their story wasn't born from riches or power, but from a quiet moment when a man pretended to sleep and discovered the truth of a kind heart. Sometimes, love doesn't arrive with grand gestures. It appears quietly, in a whisper, a note, a glance, and changes everything. And for Ethan Cole, that change began the night he froze, watching his shy maid show more love than he had ever known.